और ये इंजन नहीं है, केवल चलता फिरता कंप्यूटर सेंटर है, डेटा सेंटर है।
वाह, बहुत बढ़िया। आपने कहा है तो सही तो होगा ही, यानी आपसे डबल इंजन नहीं, डबल चलता फिरता डेटा सेंटर सही है।
कोई नॉइज नहीं इसमें, कोई वाइब्रेशन नहीं।
सही कहा आपने, कोई नॉइज नहीं, कोई वाइब्रेशन नहीं। नॉइज तो तब होगी ना जब सवाल पूछे जाएंगे, जब मामला आप पे हो या फिर आपके सरकार पे हो। नेशनल मीडिया सवाल पूछने से रहा, आपसे सवाल पूछने से बेहतर उनको लगता है मुंह में शायद एक लॉलीपॉप डाल देना। सवाल कोई पूछेगा तब ना खलबली मचेगी, यानी वाइब्रेशन होगी। बट ट्रूथ हैज इट्स ओन वे ऑफ कमिंग आउट। कोई सवाल पूछे या ना पूछे, लोग जरूर सवाल पूछेंगे। 4 videos, 4 minutes. I repeat, 4 videos and 4 minutes. 4 videos that would shake us to our core.
सर ये देखिए हाल, बहुत ही बुरा हाल है सर इस ट्रेन का। ये देखिए कम से कम हजारों की मात्रा में कॉकरोच घूम रहे हैं यहाँ। बुरे हाल है इस ट्रेन के। देखिए सर पूरी की पूरी खिड़कियां सब खराब है। देखिए ऊपर लाइट वाइट है नहीं सर यहाँ, और बहुत ही बैड सिचुएशन सर।
It is not about just a train. It is about our priorities, our misplaced priorities. 1,200 BSF Jawans who have been tasked with securing Amarnath Yatra were assigned a train by North-Eastern Frontier, by Indian Railways. And the condition of the train was so dilapidated, so unfit, so utterly unfit, that our Jawans refused to board it. And I don't blame them. Would you travel in a train like this? Would you? And thus I say, it is not about just a train. It is about our misplaced priorities, accountability, and respect for our Jawans.
दरवाजा ही नहीं है, दरवाजा टूटा हुआ है। वो देखिए सर लाइट्स, कैसे टॉयलेट करेगा इसमें बंदा। सर ये तो चेंज होने चाहिए सर, ये वाले डब्बे तो बिल्कुल चेंज होने ही चाहिए सर। ये तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में तो आई डोंट थिंक सो कि ट्रैवल करना सही है। ये इनह्यूमन टाइप कंडीशन है सर। ये वीडियो तो ट्विटर पे भी शेयर होनी चाहिए वैसे, जैसे इसके हालात हैं। ऐसे तो सर मोस्ट रेवेन्यू जनरेटिंग जो वो है हमारा शायद यही है, रेलवे ही। ऐसी ट्रेन में सर अगर फोर्स पर्सनल को अगर ये वो करेंगे, ट्रैवल करवाएंगे, तो आई डोंट थिंक सो क्या ही करेंगे।
Imagine this. You are a BSF Jawan stationed in Udaipur, Tripura, and you are preparing yourself for a 72-hour journey, could be even more. 3 days on a train to ensure the safety of thousands of pilgrims during the Amarnath Yatra. This isn't a vacation, this is duty, a duty that puts your life on the line. Now you arrive at the station to board the train and you find this. A train that looks like it has been pulled out of a junkyard. Toilets leaking, spilling filth, windows shattered, letting in who knows what, ceilings broken, and water would drip in if it rains. Cockroaches crawling over berths, and there are also no berths in some of the coaches. This is the train that Indian Railways Northeast Frontier thought is fit for our 1,200 BSF Jawans.
बहुत ही बुरा हाल है। Very bad state, very extremely bad state. Extremely bad state. Worst state of affairs. Full bogie is bad. Very bad state of affairs. ये तो शायद मुझे लगता है कहीं खड़ी हुई बोगी ले ली इन्होंने। सबके बुरे हाल है। ये देखिए
One Jawan had the courage to record the truth and show us the truth. Holes in the roof, seats that belonged to a scrap heap, washrooms so filthy, water leaking that you wouldn't even let your animals near them. And you know what? What our Jawans said? Jawans said, no, we are not traveling in this train. It was less a train, more a death trap. But the question is, who assigned this train at the first place? Whose decision was this?
तो ये देखिए कम से कम हजारों की मात्रा में कॉकरोच घूम रहे हैं यहाँ. बुरे हाल हैं इस ट्रेन के. देखिए सर, ये देखिए ऊपर हाल. सर पूरा बारिश बुरिश सब नीचे आएगा इसमें. बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं है इस ट्रेन की कंडीशन. मतलब ट्रैवल करने लायक तो सर ये है नहीं, और 5-6 दिन लायक तो बिल्कुल नहीं है सर. बहुत बुरा हाल है. ऐसा लग रहा है कहीं डंप यार्ड से उठा के डिब्बे जोड़ दिए इन्होंने. ये देखिए पूरी की पूरी खिड़कियां सब खराब. ये देखिए ऊपर ऐसा लग रहा है सर गंद भरा हुआ है ऊपर सारे में. ऐसा लग रहा कई सदियों तक ये खड़ी हुई थी ट्रेन और अभी निकल के आई है वहां से. बिल्कुल वर्किंग गोइंग कंडीशन में तो है नहीं सर ये. अगर जबरदस्ती अगर ढकना हो तो वो अलग बात है. लाइट वाइट है नहीं सर यहाँ, और बहुत ही बैड सिचुएशन सर. ये देखिए सर, मतलब ऐसा समझ सकते हैं सर कि ये ट्रेन में मतलब सफर करना लगभग नामुमकिन है. ऐसे तो हाल देखिए सर, पूरा ट्रेन में छेद ही छेद है सर पूरी से. ओके रुकिए. ये देखिए ये सामने पूरा टूटा हुआ बुरा हाल.
Let's rewind a bit. It was 2019, Pulwama terror attack, that we had lost 44 of our Jawans. And what did the ruling party do? The ruling party, that is BJP, built an entire election campaign around this very incident. Almost put out a picture like our Jawans, our soldiers are sacred. You say anything against them, you are anti-national. You question our forces in Kashmir, you would be termed a traitor. And they built an entire election campaign around our Jawans, asking for votes in their name, and we gave them votes.
मैं मेरे फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर से कहना चाहता हूं कि आपका पहला वोट पुलवामा में जो वीर शहीद हुए, उन वीर शहीदों के नाम आपका वोट समर्पित हो सकता है क्या?
We trusted them to honor our soldiers, our Jawans. So tell me now, is this how you honor our Jawans? By sending them a train which is less a train and more a death trap? By putting them into a train for a 72-hour long journey, and could be even more, a train which is literally falling apart? Is this the respect you had promised? Is this the respect you asked from us as our vow to the nation?
सर ये देखिए हाल, बहुत ही बुरा हाल है सर इस ट्रेन का. ये शायद 7वां-8वां डिब्बा है सर, जिसके सेम इधर लाइट का ना ऊपर. ये देखिए सर, पता नहीं क्या कर रखा है ये, कहां से ये डब्बे उठा के जोड़े हैं.
And it's absolutely fine to ask this government, क्या हुआ तेरे वादे, वो कसम, वो इरादे? All those speeches, all the slogans like Jai Jawan, slogans which have given in rallies, and also even after Operation Sindoor, we have celebrated all of them. And now, after votes were counted, after all the celebrations are over, you have a train for our 1200 Jawans, a train that you don't even wish your worst enemy to travel in. Why this apathy? Why this betrayal? Now let's talk about our Union Railway Minister Ashwani Vaishnaw. Many people say that he loves making reels. I am not saying this. People often say this. Well, you have seen him, his videos, short videos, at times on a train, at times smiling, at times showing off new shiny coaches, at times talking of Viksit Bharat, at times even talking of a new generation of Indian railways that has now been ushered in. But let's recall, after Balasore train tragedy, we also saw him crawling out of a mangled bogie, as if the 30-second video can erase the pain of those 200 plus families who lost their loved ones in Balasore train tragedy, as if the 30-second video can make an entire nation forget its own failure. Same thing happened during Kanchenjunga train accident. We saw him riding as a pillion on a bike and his security people literally walking or running in a slow-mo right next to him. Now let's ask a fair question. In Kanchenjunga train accident, in Balasore train accident, we had seen all the bogies which were far better off than the train which was assigned to our 1200 BSF Jawans, yet they had mangled and they had climbed on each other like dancing on each other. Imagine if those trains which were better in condition than the train which was given to our BSF Jawans, yet that was the outcome in an accident as fatal as that. Can you even fathom if there happened anything untoward? If there happened anything untoward, how much will a bogie or a train of this kind be able to withhold the impact to keep our Jawans safe? Who would take responsibility, or who would have taken responsibility if something untoward had happened to our Jawans for having to ride on a train as dilapidated as this? Let's also recall what former governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Satyapal Malik, had said about Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the same BJP government regarding Pulwama terror attack. Satyapal Malik had said, Pulwama terror attack was avoidable. Those words echo still.
सीआरपीएफ ने होम मिनिस्ट्री से 5 एयरक्राफ्ट मांगे थे कि 5 फ्लाइट में हमारे सब लोग चले जाएंगे, हमको सड़क से नहीं जाना पड़ेगा। 4 महीने तक उनकी रिक्वेस्ट पड़ी रही और 4 महीने बाद उनको मना कर दिया। तो ये तो हमारी गलती थी, अगर ये कर दिए होते तो ये होता ही नहीं।
ये गलती इज इक्वल टू हत्या?
मोर देन दैट, हत्या, और हत्या के अलावा योर एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स योर सोल्जर्स।
So Mr. Vaishnav, here's an open challenge to you. Go, take the National News Agency or ask any camera person to follow you. You board the same train that was assigned to our Jawans and take a ride. Sit next to them, spend 72 hours, sleep on a berth of that kind, eat your food there, use the same toilet, spend some time with our Jawans and also make some good videos. Because if you cannot take that train, if that train is not good enough for you, how was that good enough for our Jawans? और कहाँ गए इतने सारे वंदे भारत? कहाँ गए इतने सारे वंदे भारत? Where are all the Vande Bharats? If Vande Bharat can be assigned to our leaders, if Vande Bharat can be assigned to IPL teams, if Vande Bharat can be assigned to anyone, why not to our Jawans? And make no mistake, this isn't about just a train. ये एक ट्रेन की बात नहीं है. This is about a system that takes our Jawans for granted. Literally, takes our Jawans for granted. These are the same soldiers who stand at the border ताकि हम लोग चैन की नींद सो पाए. वो सरहद पर अपनी जिंदगी दांव में रखते हैं ताकि हम सुरक्षित रहे, और हम एक देश, एक सही ढंग का ट्रेन नहीं दे सकते उनको. It is not about just a train. Of course, Northeast Frontier had later replaced the train as if they had done a favor. But the point is, this shouldn't have happened at the first place. Question thus is, who decided that ये चल सकता है? ऐसा ट्रेन हम अपने जवान को दे सकते हैं? Whose logic was this? What a logic was there? Whose decision was this? And will that person be ever held accountable? Let's not forget, Amarnath Yatra is not a small task, and especially after Pahalgam terror attack in which 26 tourists were killed, it is certainly not a small task. The Ministry of Home Affairs deployed 425 companies of CAPF with the BSF leading the charge. These Jawans were heading to Jammu to protect pilgrims, to protect our faith, our unity. And you send them off in a train that screams of disrespect. So here's my question to the government, to the railway minister or anyone listening. Question number 1. Why was a dilapidated train assigned to our Jawans? Who made that decision? 2. What steps are you taking to ensure this never happens again? 3. Will there be an investigation? Will heads roll? Or will this be swept under the rug like so many other failures? And the 4th question, will Mr. Ashwani Vaishnav take up my challenge? Will he travel in a train of this kind? Show us it's absolutely fine to travel in a train as unfit as this. Also make some videos, unless his video making abilities are limited to clean air-conditioned coaches. Watch this video carefully and don't laugh. He is the Union Railway Minister seated inside an AC coach, a compartment, and then the TT comes to check his ticket. He showed the ticket. I get the point that you're trying to give out a message of fair traveling. Fair point. But can you deny this communication you tried communicating through a well orchestrated video? You know what was not well orchestrated? The accident which happened in Mumra just few days back. People fell from a speeding train because the train was so overcrowded and 4 people lost their lives. You know what was not orchestrated? Those videos where people could be seen jostling, literally fighting with each other to make their first step into the bogie. They can find some space to even stand. They thought that's better than hanging literally outside. Social media is abuzz with such videos, and none of these videos are orchestrated. Unlike videos which have come out in public and published by the Railway Minister himself. Look, I'm not here to just rant. I'm here because I believe we can do better. Our Jawans deserve better. They deserve respect, not just in words, but in action. Those 4 videos aren't just evidence of a broken train. They are also an evidence of a broken promise. And we as a nation promise to stand by our forces. It's time we keep that promise. So share this video. Do not fear from asking the right questions. Ask these questions for the sake of our soldiers, our Jawans. Because they simply don't fight at the borders to keep us safe. They also fight for our dignity, the integrity of this country. And thus, you have to ask questions for our Jawans, for our own soldiers. Let's fight for them now. Let's demand accountability. Let's demand some respect. And don't wait for national media to pursue the story, and only if they do it, the story would become relevant. Because for now, they have given you this lollipop, and the name of the lollipop is Sonam Raghuvanshi. A case which has almost been cracked by police, yet they are pursuing the story, sprinkling all kinds of masala because they want people to consume that. They want people to consume this, so much so that you stay occupied only with Sonam Raghuvanshi and never dare to ask questions that matter. Well, I say, you can put this in your mouth and can still ask questions. We are here to ask questions, and questions will be asked. Thank you so much.